live on everything.
On everything. So we are live on Facebook. We are live on Instagram. We're live on TikTok, and we're live on YouTube. All of these ready to go. So, what do you got today, man? Talk to me.
Well, it's January 3rd, 2024. It's the third day of the year, man.
All right.
It's the third day of one of the biggest years in real estate I think it's possible. And here's why. And I'm only listening to the headlines. I'm not listening to the actual facts.
Okay.
Not the actual facts. But there's a ton of speculation that we're going to hit threes again. The pros are saying, I don't know about threes. Fours are likely, but I don't know about threes again. But there's a whole lot of people out there touting that we're probably going to see threes by fourth quarter this year. What do you think?
No way.
Tell me why.
No way.
Tell me why.
Well, first off, the only way that we would hit threes is if the economy went off a cliff.
Okay.
Because they're controlling the land. It's not like they don't. It's not entirely a surprise. The economy's not entirely a surprise. It's like an airplane. So when it does this, like it did in COVID, it's because a black swan event happened. Okay. And COVID was a black swan. They're like, hey, shut down all shipping, shut down all drivers, shut down all, fire everybody, all people in work. No, don't even let people go outside, literally.
But nothing
stay
stopped.
inside.
Nothing stopped.
Sure did.
As a matter of fact, Target and Walmart had banner years.
Yeah, because they're online orders, and they had to. But those are suppliers.
How do you think a package got from point A to point B? There was still shipping. There were still suppliers. There was still everything.
Talk to the waitresses and waiters and the.
I'm talking about Target and Walmart.
Okay, Target and Walmart are suppliers.
Yes.
They are suppliers, and if you'll check, there's been a giant drove of people stuck at the docks. There's a lot of stuff that's stuck at the docks, and it's called a supply chain. It just got in trouble. Amazon went through the roof because it's a supplier, but go to the little restaurants, all the mom and pop restaurants just basically closed, man, all of them. The chains they were able to survive. All the mom and pop workout facilities that didn't say F you to the government closed. So the only ones that survived are the ones that took the stimulus package from the government. So it went off a cliff, called the Black Swan event. So in that case, the Fed had to drop the rates real fast in order to keep the economy from going off a cliff. So imagine that you're flying in a plane and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a whole typhoon hits you. Well, you're in crazy mode. So the pilot says, you know what? I'm going to dive beneath the typhoon in order to get out of it and then come back. That's actually how you survive a whitewater rift. If you're in whitewater and you're wearing a jacket, if it pulls you down, I used to live in Colorado, if it pulls you down, your only chance for survival is to dive to the bottom where you're not just being spun, take your vest off. That's your only chance. If you sit there and fight, you will die. So the idea of interest rates going down to 3% only would happen if we had a black swan event. If that happens, yes.
Hey, Geneva Davis, can you buy a house with income that is only pension and Social Security?
Yes, you can, Geneva. Great news. Not only that, if it's pension and Social Security, you just got a 25% raise in most cases. 25% raise. So if you made $4,000 a month, I now can count $5,000 a month. That's 25%. So you got a 25% raise.
So let's talk about this, Geneva. So let's pretend that you worked at Walmart. Walmart was just in this conversation. Let's say you worked there for 20 years. Can you use that money to buy a house? Of course you can. Everybody knows that. If you have a job, you can buy a house as long as you qualify. But why are you able to do it with pensions and Social Security? I know the answer. And I know the answer why you can use the money from Walmart. But here's the logic behind it. I don't want to let you know the answer. So your Social Security is guaranteed by who? The federal government. Your pension is guaranteed by who? Probably an insurance company. I don't know 100%, but probably. An insurance company, for the most part, are stable. So your situation with Social Security and pension is actually more stable than a person that's been at Walmart for the past 20 years. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's why you can use that
money.
money.
If you're at 20 years, you can be fired, but a pension can't be fired.
Or die.
Or yeah, that too.
I guess you could die if you have pension. But
Maisha, 56%. Is she the loan officer? I think she is. Maisha, does every mortgage company see the highest DTI, which is 56%? It's not the mortgage companies. The mortgage companies are just flow-throughs. The very few banks lend their own money. Very few. There's some that do, but very few lend their own money. What they're doing is they're lending money that they get from the government, and if they get it from FHA, FHA sets the guideline. So your 56% is actually FHA. Those are not Fannie Freddie. What's the max for Fannie Freddie?
49.999 Fannie, 51.999 Freddie. Sometimes.
Because when you go to loan officer school, they're going to tell you, I think it's 32, 43.
It's like 25, 35.
I know, something crazy.
It's unrealistic.
It doesn't happen in the real world. It's the Happy New Year, Team Sanchez. It's when you go through loan officer school, they tell you, hey, listen, it's irresponsible for you to put somebody into a loan if they use more than 1/3 of their income for payment. And you're going to loan officers, so go, well, that makes sense. Yeah, we don't want to be irresponsible. We want to be good loan officers, make a good living, help people. You got in the real world, you're like, nobody does this. Nobody. Riverside, California, Gina Davis. I hope you're the famous Gina Davis, because I like Gina Davis. Even if you're not, I like Gina.
Geneva, but it's
Geneva Davis. My eyes are not as good as they used to be. Happy New Year, Geneva. Great to see you. We see a whole bunch of people joining. Amisha, are you a loan officer? We get a lot of loan officers in here. We enjoy our loan officers. We actually had one yesterday from New American Funding, which is our company. It's a company in 49 states, whole bunch of loan officers, and usually we do the loan, but there are times when only a local loan officer can do a local program. So what we'll do is we'll put out through the back office email and says, hey, anybody in ABC, Florida that works with ABC Down Payment Assistance Program, can you reach out to me? They reach out to me and say, hey, listen, I got a client. I'm going to send them over to you. I want you to take good care of them. I'm going to be watching all the way through. So we deal with loan officers that work for New American Funding. So yeah, 49 states. So Maisha says, okay, great. Trying to purchase a home this year. This is going to be your year, Maisha. I know it. You know how I know it? Because you're investigating right now. You're trying to figure out, what does it take? How much money do I need? How much down payment do I need? What are the ratios? Why does everything work this way? That's the first step. And if you're doing it on January 3rd, probably going to own a home by the end of the year.
So what's going to happen this year? I think something's going to happen this year. I don't know what it is. We got too much stuff going on, too much distraction, too much fake news, too much many things. Like, for instance, let's talk about what you just said.
Puerto Rico. We haven't had anybody from Puerto Rico. That's badass.
It's called Puerto Rico Real Estate.
Oh, Puerto Rico.
Greetings from Puerto Rico.
We love you, Puerto Rico Real Estate. Keep going.
Looking to buy his first home, says Reyes Miguel. How do we get Reyes Miguel into a home?
Well, if you need a badass loan, you need a badass loan officer. Call Badass Loan Officer at the phone numbers on the screen. It is going to disappear, so you must screenshot it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Boom.
Special effect.
Luna needs your help, man. Help
All right,
Luna.
Luna. Trying to buy a home this year. Late on car payments, though. What can I do? First thing, Luna, make a car payment. That's first thing. Now, I'm assuming that's old late and not a current late, because if you're a current late and trying to buy a house, we got bigger problems we got to talk about, Luna. But if you had a late payment, let's say 6 months ago, and it's only one late payment, but you made it, we can still move forward. Wow. As long as your FICO's still there. Well, let's say, Luna, it got real rough last year, and you had 2 late payments. 30 days, 2 lates. As long as your FICO score is still decent, I can still move forward. Now let's talk about 3. Probably not. If you have 3, there's bigger problems going on in your life, and the underwriting, it's very difficult to get one with 3 30 days.
This just in, man.
Cool.
He meant to say that they were late. Latest late was 7 months, but it was just 1, more like 9.
Okay.
It wasn't just 1, more like 9.
So that sounds, Luna, like a used to be problem, not a current problem, that we just have to say, okay, that used to be, but it's not that way anymore. We are going to have to write a letter of explanation to an underwriter. We're going to have to say, hey, I didn't work that month, so I couldn't make my payment. Or my paycheck came in late, or COVID slowed me down. COVID isn't really a good thing anymore. But anyway, after we write the letter of explanation, the underwriter goes, okay, let's see if it makes sense. And they have ways of checking things that are pretty intense. But as long as it makes sense, boom, we're good. We get you a house. Luna, you're a homeowner. Let's do it.
Boom! Andrea Martinez wants to know what is a decent FICO score, and that's a tough question. Because I only deal with great and junk. That's all I deal with.
You got
great
and junk. Great and junk.
Yeah, so 800 is great. Anything below that, no good.
Well,
no,
first off, what's the lowest? I'm joking. What's the lowest FICO can go?
So here's 350.
What's the highest it can go?
850.
Okay, so you got 350 to 850. I don't know why they chose those numbers. I think it's stupid.
And nothing can be done under 600. I guess you could buy a car.
But I don't run the FICO companies. So they chose FICO at, they're like, hey, what should be 0? I don't like the word 0. Let's use 350. Okay, cool. What should be 100? I don't like 100. Let's use 850. All right, let's go with that. So 350 to 850.
So 300 is the lowest.
All right. I've never seen the lowest. I thought it was 350.
I've never seen 300. I've seen 350.
I've seen 380. I've seen 380.
FICO goes from 350 to 850.
Yeah, that's what our sheet says, yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. But there was something up here that I wanted to dive into.
Okay, cool.
It's a little interesting.
All right, let's go.
SSI plus SSDI.
Ooh,
can we get
count.
a fourplex with a Section 8 voucher?
Look at the count. That's nice.
Can we get a fourplex with a Section 8 voucher?
So, SSI, let's do that because that's a good one.
SSDI.
So, SSI and SSDI do not disqualify you for things. It's a source of income. That's all it is to us. We don't care how you get your income, as long as you have income. Now, we take that income and we factor it in. Now we're getting to another guideline. The guideline is going to be Section 8. Section 8, oh, I'm sorry, no, let's go to the 4 unit. 4 unit. 1 unit to 4 unit is the same thing as 1 unit. On FHA, Fannie Mae, and Freddie Mac. USDA, I think, is a little different, and VA's 1 unit to 4 unit. So, as long as we're going with a VA, FHA, Fannie Mae, or Freddie Mac, 4 unit is fine. And more than that, we can actually use 3 of the units to justify income because you're going to rent them out. So, the answer is probably yes. The challenge becomes the Section 8 voucher. So, the Section 8 voucher is a guaranteed income. That guaranteed income is based off of you not having income. So, the SSI and the SSDI will give us absolute income. The Section 8 voucher we have to look into a little bit more, and then maybe you can get a house. Does that help?
Yeah.
That's a lot, huh? That's a lot. That's a lot to unpack there.
So you can't give it
There's
absolute.
a lot to unpack there.
It's kind of difficult.
Yep.
What is a decent? Okay, so back to the credit scores. What's a decent credit score? It depends on what you're trying to do. So if you're trying to buy a house, we can finance as low as 580.
500.
But no, FHA.
Okay.
But to actually get qualified today, my opinion, because this is based on opinion, not actual fact from the guideline, a decent credit score to buy a house is probably 660 or better.
Dude, we got, the IGs is kicking today.
I think once you get 660, we can get you approved without even questioning. I used to be able to say that at 580, but that doesn't exist anymore.
All you people on Instagram, thank you very much for following us. We appreciate you. Seeing you guys jump in, follow. I appreciate you.
And then your apps. So if you go to your apps, Credit Karma, your credit card apps, those things, those will give you advice for credit cards. So whatever's decent in your apps, they'll let you know.
Oh, TZ's in the house. Lee, your shirt offends me. I hope so. I hope it offends you, because if it can offend you, it should offend you.
Hey, look it.
What?
Chris and Lee.
Cool.
We got a bunch of stuff in here I got to dig
I know,
through.
yeah, we're behind on what's on the IGs too. Don't forget the IGs.
Oh, what's up, Kitty? What's up, Queen? What's up, Home Loan by someone?
Yep. Great to see you guys. So we are on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Appreciate all you guys.
After submitting late payments.
Lots of people on YouTube too. Hey, thank you guys. Appreciate you. I know YouTube camera's there, but I'm watching it.
Celine. He's back.
What's the question?
How long should I wait after submitting late payments?
Like, right, if you're talking about when should you get qualified, the answer is you got to sit with your licensed loan officer who knows what he's doing right away.
Use AOLs, never title insurance anymore. AOLs. What's AOLs?
America Online?
Yes.
So get with your licensed loan officer right away because you don't know the guidelines and we do. Sometimes if you have one 90-day late, you're probably in trouble because 90 days is different than a 30-day. So there's a 30-day, 60-day, a 90-day, and then there's multiple 90 days. And we can see back all the way 7 years, 10 years sometimes. So we need to know what it was and whether or not it was detrimental. If it was a mortgage late, that's a big one. If it was a car late or a credit card payment that's late, Probably not as big.
Luna, what score do I need to be at for approval?
For approval.
So, like Lee said, VA will go down to 500. FHA is 580. Most people fall into the FHA category. So 580 or 620 are better. One of those two. So
unless you have a big down payment for FHA, then you can go lower than 580. You can go all the way down to 500 technically. But when you have that kind of payment, we work certain things out. We'll make it work.
All right, Reyes Miguel, I see your piece here that says if I make 129,000 plus my wife's SSD, what was the rest of the question? I missed you up top somewhere, I'm sure of it. My FICO is 620. Won't let me get a screenshot. Oh, you tried to screenshot our phone number? I'm looking for my first time. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to put the screenshot up again. You ready? And if you need a badass loan, call a badass loan officer, Chris and Lee, at New American Funding. You can either screenshot or really quickly grab a pen and write it down. Hurry, write it down. Hurry, write it down. Because it's going to disappear in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Special effect.
Got a lot of questions, man.
Yeah, lots of questions. It's great news.
Jeremy
Thank you guys.
loves the shirt.
We're going to try and help you guys get a house. If this shirt offends you, congratulations. You got offended today. I love it. I don't back off of it for a second.
I'm a co-borrower on Mom's loan. I moved out and need my name off the loan.
Off the loan.
Ask Divini.
Dude, off the loan. Don't forget the IG either. They're moving, man. The IGs are moving. So I need, so there's two ways, Danny, let's go with Danny. Danny, there's two ways to do it. One of them is to refinance. That's what almost all loan officers are going to tell you because there's a commission involved. And when you refinance, the loan officer makes a commission. Sometimes it's a smaller commission depending on the circumstances, but that's what most loan officers are going to tell you. I'm also going to tell you that there's a possibility your mom can assume the loan. She has to go through underwriting again, and she has to qualify by herself, but she can assume the loan and just take you off of it, but it's a full underwriting process, and you have to go to your current investor/servicer in order to make it happen.
Maisha, what if it happened 6 months ago? Can you apply like sometime in May? I'm speaking about late payments.
Maisha, if it happened 6 months ago, it could have happened last month. I've literally closed loans where somebody was late on a payment last month. And it happens often, and we still close them. So we need to sit down and get you an action plan. If it's going to be in 24 that you buy the house, you should have an action plan, learn the lay of the land, learn what interest rates are, how much they affect you, how much down payment you need, what your income is, what qualifying income is, what kind of assets you need, and we'll help you, and you'll get you that house.
Elado said, but I'm getting my credit worked on right now. Not sure if that will wipe late payments.
You take that.
Maybe. Depends. There's a lot of factors that go into it. A lot of people want to just say, all you got to do is write this letter, wait 30 days, and if they don't respond, everything falls off. So there's that. But it depends on how old the account is. It depends if it's seasoned. Depends if you're in collections. There's a number of depending on. What I would do, since you're in credit repair, that means you paid someone to help you with your situation. So ask them. Just call them, ask them. You pay them. They work for you. You're the boss. Ask them. Juan Carlos. How you doing, Juan Carlos?
Can you close without a job? That's right there.
Yeah.
Can you close without a job? Yeah, you can close without a job all day long.
Oh, every day we do.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day. But you do need income.
Yes.
And your income has to come from somewhere. And some people, I did a loan not that long ago where somebody literally won millions in Vegas. Millions. This guy was a decent earner, probably 80, 100 grand a year, but then he just won millions. And he's like, hey, I want to buy $1 million house. And I'm like, well, there's two ways to do it. One is you pay cash and you can afford it. He goes, yeah, but I'll be out of money. And I said, yeah, the other one is we need a stream of income, but your income in the past doesn't justify it because just having millions in the bank doesn't do it. So what we did was something called a SPIA, Single Premium Immediate Annuity. So we put a whole bunch of money into an annuity, and then we annuitized for a monthly income for, I think we did 5 years at the time, and we'll call it $5,000 a month. So he has $5,000 a month coming in for the next 5 years, and based off of the guidelines, I can close a house, and we got him $1 million house.
Yeah, I'll even expand on that.
True story.
I'll even expand on that. A more realistic situation that people go through every day. Let's say you receive a pension and Social Security. You're retired. Those are income. You don't have a job, but those are income. You can absolutely use that. We're pulling up on the IGs. I just can't.
Yeah, tell me about the IGs.
So, where are you guys located?
We are in Riverside, California, but we do all 50 states. No, we don't. We do 49 states. We don't do New York. We do every state except New York. We close loans all the time. My primary residence is in Texas, so I know Texas very well. My secondary residence is California, so we do a lot of loans. Texas, California, all across the country. What's the next one?
Is it possible to buy a house if I'm a stay-at-home mom, but my husband works? I just want to stop renting.
Yes.
Queen Celine?
Queen Celine. I like the name. So Queen, here's a Queen. Queen, come here. Let's get a little closer. Let's talk about this because you and your husband, you're gonna own a home. You're gonna own a home. I hope it's gonna be in 2024. I know it's not gonna be in 2023, but I hope it's gonna be in 2024. So what we do is we pull both of your credit. If you don't contribute any income and your credit score is low, then it is possible that I can take you off the loan, ignore you, so to speak. But if you're legally married, I might have to count your debts. But if your husband is right now earning income and you want to buy a house, absolutely, let's get the profile put together and let's figure out how we get there. The first step is making the call. Make the call, get us moving, and then we'll give you an action plan on how to get there. Happens every day. It's what we do for a living. We're loan officers, by the way, in case you haven't figured that out.
I'll save you 49 minutes.
49
the answer
minutes.
is yes, Queen. Just call us.
Yes, Queen. Yes.
Yas, Queen.
Dude, you went crazy on that one.
All right, next. Who is Chris and who is Lee?
Good question. So, that's Chris. I'm Lee.
No. Let's ask them. Let's see if they can figure it out.
All right.
This is Chris. Now, who is Lee?
Okay, we're going to give you, that's pretty good. Trivia.
Yeah, trivia.
Okay, so it's going to be a trivia. This is Chris and Lee. We're loan officers. We've been a team for a very, very long time. That's Chris. You have to guess which one is Lee. It's on you now.
You get
It's
a free
on you.
pre-qualification.
It's on you. Do you have any programs in Maryland? Maryland. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure, but I have a system where I go in and I search them. Part of my system is called Google, but the other part is underwriting guidelines. So, do you have a program in Maryland? We just talked with somebody in Maryland. Maryland's a state, dude.
Marilyn Monroe?
Don't you know?
She's
state.
dead. She passed away a long time ago.
Okay, next. Thank you for following the host. Appreciate you. Appreciate you on the IGs. Appreciate you on the FBs. Appreciate you on the FBs. Appreciate you on the YT. YT is YouTube. I'm fancy.
Juan Carlos said it's taking a while to start work. I don't know what that means, Juan Carlos.
Start it, man. Get some coffee in you and go. That's it.
Jersey,
it's real simple.
Wisconsin,
New Jersey. New Jersey. We love New Jersey. Yes, we do New Jersey.
But
yes, we do
offer
Wisconsin.
first-time homebuyer grants? But do you?
First off, the grant. Grant is a very, very powerful word and usually not a grant. And if it is a grant, there's a catch. Like, for instance, there's something that was popular for a while called Platinum. Platinum was a grant, right? Platinum. So they say, hey, Platinum, we're going to grant you the down payment. So you're buying a $300,000 house, they're going to grant you $10,000. Here's the catch. Your interest rate is 2% higher than everybody else's, and you can't refinance for 3 years. So your grant, like, literally got paid for by you, but they granted it to you. So is it a grant? Yeah. Every down payment assistance program has some type of catch. Some type of catch. Keep going.
Let me expand on that.
Okay, good.
Let me expand on that.
Expand on it.
So you may be hearing it as a negative thing. You may be hearing it as a negative thing based on the way this guy's talking about it.
I think the whole world's against us.
Here's what it is, guys. Here's what it is. If you fit in these boxes, you get it. That's just it. I've already paid into it. He's already paid into it. You've already paid into it. We've all already paid into it. Should we not get the benefit from it? Should we not? I'll give you, for instance, Social Security.
Good.
Pensions. Retirements.
I think they're all scams.
And if you're receiving them, is it a scam?
Yeah. I think they're all scams, dude. I think they're all scams.
No,
I think they're all scams.
There's money in a pot.
Yeah, there is.
Money in a pot.
Yeah.
Who's going to get that money?
Ponzi.
Ukraine?
Ponzi.
Who's going to get that money?
No, there is no money in any pot.
Who's going to get that money?
No, there's no money in a pot.
Israel?
No, what
Who's gonna
pot?
get that money?
Have you seen what Social Security has?
I'll give you an
Social
example.
Security is
Here.
broke.
Well, ask the people that are receiving the checks right now.
All right, cool. They get a check. You're correct.
Okay.
It's Ponzi.
How do they get that money?
Ponzi.
They were a citizen of the United States. There's money in these accounts. There's all these that are accessible. And if you're receiving it and the benefactor of it, you might have someone that hates on you. But if you were not the receiver and you don't qualify and you can pay yourself, then you pay yourself. But here's the truth. The programs are available. My job is to figure out if you fit in them, and if you can get it, you can get it. His job is to talk crap about it, and if you can get it, you can get it.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I think the entire system is rigged. It's a giant scam. That being said, I learn the rules, and I break them like an artist. So, I break them like an artist for you. Next. Dude, we missed a lot of them. There's a lot of them. And then we got the IGs are blowing up. The TikToks are blowing up. Not much going on
My
the
spouse
YouTube.
has about 3 months of pay stubs. Can I include both myself and her for the loan? Will it work?
Maybe. But here's the rule. I need to show 2 years of income. 2 years of income. 2 years. If we only have 3 months of pay stubs from the most recent job, but we can show she worked prior to that for the consecutive 2 years, then yes, we can.
So I pay $2,650 in rent. I made $129,000. I want to buy a home.
You need to be like in a home now.
I think you already saved our number, Miguel.
Like now, like yesterday. You need a home yesterday. We need to get you a home in 2023, but we can't. But what we can do is get you a home in 2024. That's what we can do.
Can I get a house loan even though my credit score is 525? I'm employed 2 years and counting.
Yes. Owner of, what is that? A fence?
XXX.
Looks like he's the owner of a fence. So owner of a fence, can you get a loan with a 525, 2 years and counting? Yes, you can. But you better have a big down payment. A big one. 10% or more. So if you're buying a $500,000 house, you got to have $50,000. Why? Because you earned your 525 FICO. You earned it. They didn't just give it to you. You didn't make a payment. You decided not to do something. Something happened, and you earned the 525 FICO. So when you go to a bank and you say, hey, trust me, I'm good for $500,000. They're like, we're looking at what you've done to the other people, and we're not so sure that you're good for that $500,000. But what we will do is if you put down $50,000, we'll give it to you. Your interest rate isn't going to be the best either. Next.
My wife and sister brother-in-law want a quadplex. Is it possible to pull all four? Gilberto, this is what I've been telling everybody for a long time. This is how people are buying houses. Mm-hmm. No one can afford to buy a house themselves. They need to get their wife involved. They need to get their significant other, their mom, their dad, their cousin. They pull people together all the time. That's why you see the streets being so busy with cars parked on them. It used to be a day when I was a kid, there was no cars parked on the street. They were all in the driveway, and I could ride my bike all over that thing. Now you can't even ride a bike in the street.
He tries to ride his bike and doesn't work.
You can't even ride a bike in the street. You know why? Because there's all these freaking cars on it, jamming it up. So, yes, Gilberto, it's a very popular strategy. I recommend you do it if that's the way you got to do it. You just got to call or text us.
User 5446, share the live. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. First-time homebuyer grants. Do you offer any first-time homebuyer grants?
Now, here we go. Lee's going to talk negative about it.
Okay, no, they're good. They're there. They're appropriate. They're appropriate. It's like borrowing money from the mafia to start your restaurant. It's a good idea.
See, people
kind
know
of.
the truth.
Kind of.
Lee's
Kind of.
the liberal, Chris
kind
is
of.
the normal person.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah.
Lee is definitely the liberal-looking guy.
Yeah, there we go. It's TZ. I'm pretty sure of it.
It is, man.
Right. Where are we at? Where are we at?
This thing jumps. There you go. Right. I thought the first-time homebuyer assistance is a good thing. I think so too.
It is sometimes. Well, let me give you. Let me tell you what it is. Here's what it is.
So too.
Right, Luna. Here, let me tell you what it is. Here's what it is. California has one right now, and it sounds amazing. I mean, it sounds amazing. It's called the Dream for All program. It's amazing. California says, hey, you want to buy a house? We'll give you 20%, up to 20% if you're a first-time home buyer, 20%. And you're like, oh, my God. And in California, you need about $500,000 to buy a house most places. So if you're buying a $500,000 house and California gives you 20%, that's $100,000. $100,000. Is that a good thing? Sure sounds like it, but let me tell you the rest of it. So they say, hey, Mr. Buyer, here's $100,000. Let's get that house. All right, good deal. You're like, yes, let's get the house. Okay, but we're not giving it to you. We're not giving it to you. We're going to lend it to you. And you're like, oh, okay, I guess that's okay. That's fine, I guess. And we want interest on that $100,000. We want interest. And you're like, okay, I guess that's okay. But we also want appreciation. Your home is going to appreciate over the next 5 or 10 years, and we want to participate in our share of that appreciation. So let me tell you what we want to do. We want to give you $100,000. We want it back. We want interest, and we want appreciation. Yeah. Oh, by the way, we're first in line if you sell. or you refinance. So, let's go buy that house, buddy. Now, you tell me, is that a good deal? I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. But that's kind of a real quick dissertation of what the Dream for All program is.
All right, so let's play then.
Okay.
You're California,
All right, cool.
and I'm the buyer.
All right.
When do I pay the money back?
When you sell it,
What if I never sell?
all right. When you refinance it,
What if I don't refinance?
when you die.
So you mean I
You're gonna
get
go
to
with when I never
live
die?
in this house?
Yes.
For the rest of my life?
Yes.
And the money will get paid back when I die?
Yes.
That sounds horrible, Lee.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
Well,
Why
that-
would I do that?
Well,
I never paid it back.
if you went to North
I
Korea,
never
they
paid
would
half-
feed you for the rest of your
I never
life.
paid half of the equity
Yeah.
that I built. I never paid him anything, and it's horrible?
Yeah. So that's it. It's a decision for you to make. He says it's okay
Interesting.
to be an indentured servant. He
Interesting.
believes this. I'll
Interesting.
teach you an indentured servant.
This guy's
later.
never had a loan in his life,
Yeah.
right? Never got a car loan, never got a house loan, never got a loan?
Cool. What do we up?
Never? Oh, he wants to stop the conversation, everybody.
No.
He wants
It's fun.
he wants to leave it. I have a cosigner. Do they need to be with me throughout the whole process? How does it work? Go ahead.
Okay, so yes, your cosigner has to be with you through the underwriting process and through the home buying process. If somewhere in the future you want to take the cosigner off, you can refinance them off, or you can do an assumption and try and take them off the loan through assumption. Those are the two ways. Or sell it.
I'd like to rent out my home and move to Texas. How many months of rental income will be required? I'd like to rent out my home and move to Texas. Easy answer. You want to take it? Want me to take it?
You take it.
Okay. So if you're going to rent out your home here, and you're going to buy your house in Texas, whatever your Texas payment is, multiply that by 6. Actually, no, this is going to be primary. I'm getting tossed here. None.
Yeah,
None.
you can immediately, we can wash the
I was
payment.
thinking that was going to be an investment.
Yeah.
But you're going to move into a primary. We'll get rid of this mortgage payment. So you're going to buy that primary with full purchase power. And as long as your credit's good enough, you won't need any reserves.
Myra, in case you got a little confused on that, you can move right now. And we cannot use profit, but we can wash the loan. In other words, if you owe $3,000 a month and we rent it for $3,600, I can't give you $600 in profit, but I can erase the $3,000. So that's washing the loan. You move forward on your primary residence. You're a Texas resident. Congratulations. Great move.
Now. Do it now.
560C and Y590. What's 560C?
560 credit and wife
Oh,
690.
got it.
Combined income of 160,000. Do we qualify?
So, yes, but strangely, because the 560 may slow you down. But if, let's just say you make 100,000 and she makes 60,000, well, we can take her off the loan and move forward with 100,000 and you qualify that way. There's another way. We can get 10% down and go with an FHA 10%, or there's a new thing called blended ratios where I have to send both credit scores through and try and blend the ratios. And I might be able to get your wife up to a 580 and open up the FHA. Is that about right? I think so, right? Yeah, pretty close. Yeah,
there's
so
a
yes, we
lot
can
of
get you a
different
house.
ways to go.
Yeah, we can get you a house.
Flower, credit score 635 and owe 7,200 on a credit card. Can I get a loan? Well, Flower, do you have income? Do you have a down payment? We get those two answered, then yeah, maybe that credit score will allow you to buy a house.
What kind of flower are you?
And then there's that.
Yeah.
Erica 12. Can you help people in California with first-time home buyer program on a mobile home?
Okay. You want me to do that one? I kind of
Go
like
ahead,
one,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, you love it.
Mobile home. If it's a mobile home, it's not real estate. I know people like to think it is, but it's not. If it's got wheels and you can throw it on the back of a truck, 18-wheeler or whatever, and it moves away, it's not real estate. If it's not real estate, we can't use FHA, VA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, USDA. Can't use any of those. However, if you take that mobile home and you affix it to a permanent foundation via an engineering cert and a 433, and we get all the things signed off on, now it's not going to be able to move. It's no longer a mobile home. Yes, we can finance it.
You have $50K down and another $50K to close. Okay.
All right.
El
Congratulations,
Captain.
El Capitan. Like El Capitan.
How
We
do
got
you
anything
get-
more on
how
the
do you
on the
get
IGs here?
copy? I get Captain.
Capitan.
Sierra.
Oh, hey Chris, someone was talking to you, man. Someone's talking to you.
Always trying to talk.
I know. Do we miss it?
Here it is.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Devin Dillard. What do we got? Is that the Devin who works for us? No. Want to rent a current home, get a second home? Is there a specific loan for this? Yes, Andrea. There are three categories. Primary residence. That means you're going to live in it. That's your primary residence, where your family lives, where you live. There is a second home. That's a category. Second home. That means, hey, I got a home here and I got a home in Texas. So I go back and forth. I technically have two homes. I pay mortgages on both. Nobody else is living it but me. Two homes. That's a second home. Third type is investment property. So if it's a second home, there's a different set of underwriting guidelines. The thing that concerns most people is the 10% down. Second home is 10% down. You won't be able to get away with 3.5%, 5% on a second home. Has to be 10%.
Hey, did you know that illegal aliens can get health care in California?
What?
Mm-hmm. $2.6 billion a year.
No way.
That's funny. Can I use my husband's pension as an asset? He isn't able to touch it for another 13 years, though.
Damn, Luna.
You're reaching.
Like Luna, yeah. I like the creativity, man. The creativity. I'm trying to use the $8 million we're earning in 24 as qualification for my mansion in Laguna Hills, but it's not working.
Use Trump's $20 billion.
Good point. Yeah, we can use
hey, man, it's over there.
No.
Here, can I get this loan?
So pension as an asset, no, because you can't get to it, and it's in his name. So there's a rule on that, and it's not going to be allowed. You can withdraw sometimes, but your husband would have to withdraw it.
It's probably like a 403B or something like that.
Yeah.
It's probably like a cop.
Well, we have something called CalSTRS in California. Sounds great. If you're part of CalSTRS, you're like, hey, I got a lot of money in CalSTRS. You can't touch it. You can't liquidate it. You can't do anything. All you can do is, once you retire, you get an income. If you die, it's gone.
He might need a new boat.
It's a scam. The whole thing's a scam. It's a scam. It's a scam.
So take advantage of what you can.
Yeah.
Sierra, I have $95K down payment assistance. Huh? Can that go towards closing costs? That's a lot of money in down payment assistance.
Yeah, down payment.
So I'll give you, for instance, like the one that he keeps trashing on, the California for All, Dream for All.
Yeah.
So they'll give you 20%. Okay, that 20% is for down payment and closing costs. In his scenarios, he's using it just towards down payment. But in a real scenario, you can use some of that for down payment and the rest for closing costs. The program that you have, I don't know what it is, but in some programs, the answer is yes. Luna, already answered that question. 560 credit, we already answered that question. We want to rent out a current home, already answered that question. Danbury, Connecticut.
Danbury, yeah, we can do loans in Danbury, Connecticut, and if you're looking for a down payment assistance program, we'll let you know. Just ask us and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, Ryan, $500,000 to buy a house in Kelly. That's generous.
Generous?
I think that's called sarcasm.
All right.
What's the current interest rate, Lee? I don't know. I didn't look this morning. Did you see me?
I did not. So what we do, so we're about to tell you what the interest rate that New American Funding is putting out on the website. The way you can find it is go to the top of our profile, go to links, and then go to cool stuff, and you'll see interest rates. If you look at it today, you're going to go and see what we're seeing right now, which is a 30-year fixed, 5.375. 5.375. A VA 30-year fixed, VA 30-year, 5.375. A 15-year conventional, 5.25. And a 30-year conventional, 5.75. Bear in mind, these are the interest rates that New American Funding puts out. It is not your quote. It is not an offer to lend. We must build your profile, figure out your FICO score, figure out your down payment, figure out your debt to income ratio, your loan to value, and everything there.
So much to
and then
figure
we
out.
And that's like we need to be a profession or something.
It seems like we're just figuring out.
Yeah, but if you actually want to see the rates that we're looking at, because we quote you off the website. We quote you off the website, and that is today, 1/3/24. If you went there right now by going to the top link, you'd see what our rates are. And then you'd see the little asterisk that says, you must put 40% down and have an 800 FICO score and a 24 DTI. With that, you get this rate. Oh, don't forget about the buy down.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's so much.
I know. There's so much going on. What's up?
El Captain, can you get a $600K house with 5% down, 800 credit score? And the answer is possibly, depending on your loan amount. Possibly, depending on your loan
because you're talking about loan limits, right?
Yes.
Yes. What are loan limits?
That's a good question, Lee. Why don't I answer that?
Yes, good. Let's answer that.
So every country in the United States has a loan limit based on the median income. So
By country, he means county. You said every country.
Every county in the country.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So every county in the country. So what that means is, let's say here In Riverside County, the median income is $80,000. $80,000 should be able to get you a $400,000 loan amount. So that would be your loan limit. Here, actually, the actual loan limit in Riverside County for FHA is $644,000. So here's what that means. I'll use your scenario. Let's say your loan limit is, I'm going to switch again. Your loan limit's $500,000. Mm-hmm. You want to buy a $600,000 house and put 5% down. That means that 5% is $30,000. So now your loan amount is $570. But if your loan limit is $500, you got to come up with another $70,000. But if your loan limit is, call it $600,000, and you want to buy a $600,000 house and you put 5% down, once again, loan amount is $570, loan limit $600, you're underneath, it fits. So yes, it will work in theory depending on your loan limit.
And your county. So call us. That's all you got to do. Call us. We'll take care of everything.
Jay Viss, $56K taxes last year.
53.
53,000 taxes last year. 85, 1099 on both years. 750 credit, 15K down payment. How much house?
Okay, so 53, 85, 1099. So the big catch is 1099. So I'm just going to go with, let's say you netted 85. If you netted 85, you're looking at 400,000 to 500,000. 400,000 to 500,000. Yeah, 400,000 to 500,000, and that 15K. That's about right. You need about that for 400,000 to 500,000. So all you got to do is call us and 400,000 to 500,000. Now, if you didn't net that, then we have a different conversation.
Javis, read my comment, please. Didn't we just answer it?
I thought you did.
Yeah,
we did. Yeah, dude, we're way behind. If we're not getting to you, it's our secret tactic. I'm twisting my mustache.
He doesn't have a mustache, guys.
I'm twisting. It's our secret tactic to keep you around.
Do that side.
Yeah, keep you. It looks like I'm.
You gotta balance it, man.
Okay, we try and keep you around, but we have a lot of questions on IG, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. So we're trying to answer all of you guys. We really want to help you get a house. Chris, last year you said, can't wait to see. Chris, last year you said, I just need my partner 1099 total of 2. Can't wait to see what we. Bernice, we can't wait to see what we either. We can't not wait. We have 19 on that one.
What is
19.
that?
We got fireworks on the oh
How?
my God.
Who gave us fireworks?
That's so for those of you who don't know, we're getting on the IG fireworks and questions. So it's awesome. Good. Chris, dude, we got.
Dude, I'm trying.
Catch up. Catch up, dude.
Okay, there we go. What we qualify. Yes, Bernice.
Oh, qualify. Yes, Bernice.
Savage Meerkat.
Dude,
As a
I
side
like that.
hustle, would a podcast be a good idea? What a sneaky chair.
What a squeaky chair. Yeah, that you can hear the squeaky chair.
Yeah.
Podcast. We don't know how to make money off a podcast. We've been trying. Well, actually, we don't really try, but we did this, and for some reason, we started getting a lot of calls, and I'm like, hey, why don't we do this every day? So we do a half an hour to an hour every day, and we try and help people get houses, and we don't know how to make money off a podcast. We don't know. But if you got any ideas, Savage Meerkat.
I think he's bagging on us.
Maybe.
I think he's saying, this podcast with your squeaky chair, are we making any money?
It's not what we do for a living. I don't know if you've noticed, but we're loan officers. See that MLS loan officer up there? We make our living as loan officer. Yeah, could be wrong. Maybe he wants to join.
Maybe he's just irritated with the squeaky chair.
You know how many people want to join?
You know how people are irritated with your squeaky chair? Banks aren't giving loans out easy right now. Al Capitan.
Al Capitan. Yeah, that's pretty fact. Yeah, his guidelines.
Taco.
They change the guidelines.
This guy's name's Taco.
All right, Taco.
My side hustle is a date multiple men.
I don't think it's a guy.
Okay.
If it is, then
So
we can
Sierra.
move on. Yeah, Sierra. Moving on.
My state, North Carolina, requires a due diligence. What is the typical percent for that?
Due diligence means research. So my state, North Carolina, requires research, due diligence. What is the typical percent?
So I think you hire someone for that?
Yeah.
It's like an attorney, right? These are where the attorneys come in?
Yeah. Okay.
It's probably the same, 3 to 6%.
Yeah. Al Capitan, no, you can't use pension. I don't know, but let's assume it's to try and buy a house.
Okay.
And I'm going to have to tell Al Capitan, you're wrong, dude. Just straight wrong. Unless you're trying to use it that hasn't already been realized. And if you have an income from a pension, you can use that. If the pension hasn't been annuitized or income isn't coming in yet, then you can't use it. So in that case, you're perfectly right.
So for like down payment and such.
Right. I need a house in Laguna Hills. I think everybody does, Ryan.
Ryan have the same needs.
We all, Ryan.
Or Newport.
Yes,
Or
Newport Beach. Yeah,
Just
one of those two. If anybody who doesn't know, those are really, really ritzy areas in California.
Just watch the show called The OC.
Yeah, the OC.
Do capital gains apply to a second home? That was not an investment, question mark. Yeah, if you sell it.
Yep. Capital gains.
You have this window where it changes and it goes up and down, but yeah, it's going to be taxed.
Taxes are always going to be there.
2 certainties in life. Death and taxes. And maybe my coffee breath.
Yeah, I'll give you that. That was
Homes
a
for
certainty,
Heroes,
yeah.
down payment assistance. Have you ever heard of it?
Yes.
Okay, good. Moving on. Is it a scam?
It's misrepresented many times.
You just said everything's a scam.
Everything's a scam.
Okay. Husband's a cop. Now you're in trouble.
Oh, shit. I'm going to get arrested again.
Now you're in trouble.
Bad boys. What you going to do?
Down payment assistance. Yeah, everything, like Lee said, everything's a little bit of a scam. It is, but the scam may play to your benefit. So that's how you got to see it. Like, for instance, is Social Security income a scam? Lee?
Kinda. Yeah.
But if you receive it, are you going to use that benefit?
It buys food.
Of course.
It'll buy you food.
Of course.
No doubt.
Send me a pre-approval for $8 million so I can look at a house in Laguna.
I like you, Ryan. Yeah, just send us your income documents. Make sure you're qualified, and then we'll do it.
Captain, I own a house with $350K with remaining balance of $47. Can I get another house for $600 with 5% down?
Maybe. The answer is maybe. Probably. Actually, let's take that to probably. Because if you're going to rent out your primary residence and the new spot is going to be a new primary residence, then you could probably go conventional 5%, and we're good to go. If it's a second home or an investment property, 10% or 20%.
So Brandon said, any problem doing a subject to debt on a pre-existing loan?
He's been watching some YouTube videos. Subject twos. This was all the craze and caught everybody for a little while.
Tom Cruise?
Yeah, Tom Cruise. Subject twos are this whole program where you're like, hey, I see a distressed buyer over there. I'm going to give him an offer subject to me getting some money or another investor. Does it work? Sometimes, but sometimes going to Vegas works too. I got a friend who became a millionaire by going to Vegas. I would not recommend it for most friends. But I cannot deny this guy became a multi-millionaire at a hand of blackjack.
A hand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pre-approval already. After I find a home and my credit improves since my pre-approval, can my rate go down? I got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like you already did a pre-approval and you're improving your credit, yada yada. So the rate's not locked. If you're pre-approved, it's not locked. Whatever the rate is that they gave you as an estimate, whether it's 5 or 8 or whatever, is irrelevant until you get into a property. All you have to do is make sure that your pre-approval is still good, though, because your pre-approval could expire, and if you put in an offer with an expired or out-of-date pre-approval, listing agent's going to dismiss it. So if you need an updated pre-approval,
yeah, and if we did your pre-approval, we're going to make sure that you get the lowest rate when the time is that you're in escrow. Sometimes we even float it. If we did not do your pre-approval, send us your LE so we can compete and get you a better rate.
All right. This user said your videos helped me out a lot when buying a house back in June.
We are happy that our videos help you.
I hope we're the loan officer.
Yeah, I hope we're the loan officer. Have you gone with the best? Do you know that you need a badass loan officer? Do you know we need a commercial?
Okay.
If you need a badass loan, call Badass Loan Officer, Chris and Lee at New American Funding. The numbers are on your screen right now. Screenshot it. Screen a special effect in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Special effect.
All right, Sarah, back to you. Interest rates go down since pre-approval. You need an updated pre-approval.
Right now.
It's going to change. Your numbers are going to go up, rates down, payments going to adjust, a lot of adjustments. So, yeah.
Right now.
If we're your loan officer, send us a text right now, and we'll get that updated.
Yep.
JVIS, it's net. That was the gross or the 1099 conversation.
Cool. You're done, man. Let's buy that house right now.
Jay, do you give deferred interest only payments? And if so, what credit do you need?
Deferred interest only payments. Okay, so you're talking about an IO loan. Those are back in the day.
Not just that, deferred.
Deferred, yeah. They talk about an IO loan. That was when the market crashed, and they did interest only payments. There are a few programs, but you're going to have to put 40% down. 40 probably. Sometimes you get away with 25. But they do exist. They're called Alt QM. They're not normal mortgages, but you need a giant down payment.
So do me a favor.
Yeah.
Give me an interest only loan. I'll pay you in 30 months.
Right now? Yeah. For the Lamborghini?
Give me right now.
Trust me, I'm bro, I'm good for it. Do you remember Dumber when he was writing the IOUs?
Yeah,
He's like, hey, that's as good as gold. That's as good as gold. Yeah. Anyway.
It's 70 miles a gallon.
I know.
What do you need to net a year to buy a $700,000 house?
700,000, 700. You could probably get away with $140 to $160, somewhere in that range.
Love it.
Yeah.
Dean or us, is there any way to qualify for a loan without providing proof of income? I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. You have to be rich, so you can be rich and qualify for a small loan, and then you have to have some type of income. You have to prove. Wait a minute. No, bank statement program. Bank statement. If you can show me deposits in your bank statement, doesn't have to be income, just has to be deposits in your bank statement for the last 12 months. I'm able to use that as a program. It's called an Alt-QM. It's not regular FHA, VA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, or USDA. It's called Alt-QM, but there are programs for that.
Oh, yeah.
But as a rule,
DSCR.
on DSCR. Good point. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of them.
DSCR. If you can prove that your house will debt service, in other words, the mortgage is going to be $2,000 a month and you're making $3,000, that's called debt service. If it can debt service and you're putting a significant amount of money down, 20% or more, that works there too.
All right, guys, where you at? City and state. Throw it at us.
City and state.
Is there a different way to do an FHA if one person? We're going to need more data on that.
Yeah.
I don't know
One person.
What the different way is or what way you think. So give us a little bit more and we can help you. How early should we hit you guys up? Still need another year of taxes, 2023.
Do it
another
now.
Year meaning file now?
Yeah, do it now.
We're filing 23s?
Yeah, do it now.
Yeah.
You want to do it before you file, that's for sure. And because you need 2 years, even if you're 1 year ahead of the curve, we pull your credit, we build your profile, and then we tell you how to file your taxes like right now.
Here you go, Sierra.
Sierra.
So she said the chat was in the way. Maybe I got to put this lower.
Oh, dude.
Can I put it high?
Do you know anything?
No.
Okay. So, screenshot our numbers, and we are here for you.
Okay. So here you guys are.
Follow the host. Thank you for following. Thank you for the fireworks. We're still happy about the fireworks. We get balloons. KK always gives us roses. We love you, KK. I don't know if you're there, but we love you, KK. You always give us roses. Someone gives us these weird mustaches and hats on here. Those are cool. Thank you very much. Nobody gives a shit on YouTube, man.
Any recommendations to make extra money? Asked Vlad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So, here's what happened. A while back, I gotta tell a story first. I'll tell you the
tell
story
the
first.
story,
Okay,
tell
so
the
here's the story. Here's the story.
Just getting ready.
A while back, we had somebody who was like, "Hey, Lee, I make X amount of money from my regular job, but in the last 3 months, I've made about 30 grand from my side hustle." And I said, 30 grand, good for you. Can we use it? And I said, how long have you been doing the side hustle? She said, well, it's been over 2 years that I've been doing it, but only really started making money in the last 3 months. And I said, okay, cool. Let me see how we do this. And there's multiple ways I can do this. One of the ways is I can take a 24-month average, but that didn't really help a lot. Instead, we paid down some debt and increased the down payment, and we're able to get this person into a house. And I said, cool, we made it happen. By the way, what's your side hustle? Digital marketing. I said, digital marketing, what does that mean? And she goes, well, I sell digital products. I sell digital products. And I said, like what? She goes, well, easiest way for you to do is if you go to Amazon, somebody sent you to Amazon, they make a commission. Or you can sell a master sales project and make all the commission. That's what I do, digital downloads. And I said, okay, cool. How do I do it? And so she showed, and then I said, I don't know if I believe this shit. So Chris and I spent the money, went through the courses, and we now do the exact same thing. We teach people how to do it. Where do we teach them? Right here.
Next question, follow up. What's the process?
Uh-huh.
Now they're asking what's the process?
Of what? Of
what you
the
just
of
said.
Oh, so what you do is you go to this account. It's only on TikTok right now. Do we start it on Instagram?
Actually,
yet?
it's on our actual account that you're on.
Oh, it's on the account right now. If you go to that TikTok, they're on TikTok. Yeah. If you go onto the account, you're going to see Side Hustle. There's going to be the ability to join. It is not easy. I'm going to tell you right now.
In the bio.
Links in the bio. But it's not easy. I mean, we tell you, you must commit 1 honest hour a day for at least 90 days. If you're willing to do that, you can make money. We've made money. We've made a lot of money. So, but you do have to put a lot of time into it. And we do, it's not easy, but we'll help you. Well, I mean, you pick up the phone, we'll call you. And I cannot do your push-ups for you. You have to do your own push-ups, but I can teach you how to do push-ups.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Duff wants to know if you're hiring loan officers.
Are you good? Are you good? Can you bring loans in? This is what people who are looking for loan officers always wonder. Hey, I'd like for you to hire me, but I want to start with a $10,000 a year salary. The truth is, a month. I'm sorry, $10,000 a month salary. So we're always hiring loan officers, but here's the truth of it. If you're a good loan officer, you bring in your own business. the ones who think that being a loan officer is knowing the guidelines, you're living in 20 years ago or 30 years ago. That's not the reality. The reality is, can you bring in business? Can you bring clients to the table and close deals? If you can, every bank in the country wants you. They will line up for you, even in the worst of times. They will line up for you.
Happy New Year, Art Luna.
What's up, Art Luna? So if you can't, then you're looking for kind of a LOA, loan officer assistant job with a license. So that's a little different. So if you can produce, absolutely, duff, absolutely, we want you on our team. Yeah, we want you on our team.
Is there a different way to do FHA if one person only has 13 months of income? That's the rest of the question.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Was there a job before that 13 months? Because here's what happened. COVID 2020. Let's pretend from January to December you didn't work. So that's a whole 12 months that you didn't work, and then you went back to work, and let's say it hasn't been 2 years yet. You can use that time before COVID. So that's why I ask. Before that 13 months, even if there's a gap, was there work before that? Because if there was, we could tie it together, and then yes, you got yourself a homecoming.
So we got people commenting on the Facebook. We got people commenting on the Instagram, on the TikTok, but nobody on the YouTube.
Well,
So
heck, YouTube.
we appreciate all of you guys. We appreciate all of you guys. All of you. Thank you very
I got a treat
much.
for you guys. I got a treat for you guys.
Give them a treat.
So you guys need to text us. Okay?
That's upside down.
Just text us TikTok and text us needs list.
Wherever you saw us.
Text us wherever you're from, TikTok, YouTube,
Instagram,
Facebook, whatever.
Facebook.
Text us that and then text us needs list. And I will text you what you need to get together for paperwork to get a home loan. Text us what platform you came from and needs list. I'll get you that, okay?
Ellen Harmon followed the host. Thank you very much. John says, at what point in the buying process do you need the down payment available? Theoretically, right when you get your first pre-qual, we have to justify where that down payment comes, because it's not right if you get into escrow and they're like, hey, trust me, bro, my cousin's going to pay me next week and I'll have all the money. Well, that's not right. However, if you tell me you're going to get a gift from a relative, I believe you. Once we get into escrow, they're going to ask for proof of funds from the relative. If you say, hey, my mom's going to give me 10 grand, I'll put it down and we'll start the process. But once we get into escrow, they're going to say, hey, before we sign these contracts, we need proof of funds. I'll say, cool, mom's going to give you 10 grand. Send me her bank account that shows that she can give you 10 grand. Boom, done.
And better get it up there, because if not, there's going to be on your mom's door, where's my 10 G's?
Yep, 10 G's.
Uncle Sam's will be knocking.
Yep.
No, Uncle Sam, I'm just kidding.
Alejandro Valle. I put my Spanish on right
Do
there.
it again.
Alejandro Valle. Will interest drop more than 6%? Alejandro, I got some news for you. Pay attention. Alejandro.
It's a secret.
Alejandro.
It's a secret.
At the top of our profile, you're going to see other links. Click there. Then you see cool stuff. Click cool stuff. Then you can see today's interest rates. And you know what you're going to see when you go to today's interest rates? Do you know? I don't know yet, but we're about to know. You are going to see an FHA 30-year fix for 5.375. Wait, what? Don't say it out loud. Everyone's going to hear. Okay. 5.375. You're going to see FHA fixed. 5.375. 30-year FHA 30-year fixed 5.375. You're going to go, wait a minute, that can't be right. Then you're going to see VA fixed 5.375. Wait, what? What? Is that as low as they can go? No. You're going to see 15-year conventional 5.25. 5.25. Then you're going to see a regular 5.75. So Alejandro, I see that you just joined again, so I think you got kicked off, which kind of sucks because I just did a really cool thing for you. I shared the video. Oh, no, he shared the video, but he rejoined it. So Alejandro, if you went to the top and you went to New American Funding's rates today, you would see 5.375 on an FHA 30-year fix. Will they go below 6? I think so. You're also going to see a little asterisk there. And the asterisk is going to say, hey, this is with an 800 FICO score and a 40% down payment and a 24% DTI. Don't forget about the buy down. It's going to say all that. But if you honor that, that's the law. New American Funding would have to give you 5.375. That's the law. Now, is that your quote? No. That's the quote that New American Funding puts out every single day, and it changes every day. You can go to our account, see it at the top, and see what it is.
Whoop, whoop.
Yep.
So if I want a rental property and have the equity, can I qualify if I use the potential rental income? Yes. Yes, you can. We need to qualify for everything else. You need down payment and make sure you can make the money to make the payments and all that other stuff. But yes, that is a possibility.
That was dramatic.
Sierra.
Y'all work for a particular bank. We work for our particular bank called New American Funding. New American Funding. New American Funding is very good to us, or else we wouldn't work here, because we are what's called producing loan officers, and we can go anywhere. So we choose New American Funding for lots of reasons. We're a direct lender. We do have the ability to broker, and we've been with New American Funding over 5 years, so we're good here. Before that, we were at a small local bank. We really like that bank too, but New American Funding had more for what we do because 49 states. That's why.
Okay, so back to this question. My wife has 8 months of gap of income to qualify for FHA from March to November in 22. So, same question. Before March, did she have a job? Was she working? And does it make up, what is that, 11 months? Because you're at 13 months?
Why do you ask so many questions?
9 months. So you need 9 months.
You ask a lot of questions.
No, I need 10 months. Anyway, so before March, was she working? And if she was, you need to get going, get yourself pre-qualified, get you shopping, because that's 2 years we can put together. And I think we need to head out, man.
Yeah, I think so. Hey, you know what? We appreciate all of you guys. Facebook, thank you very much. Instagram, thank you. TikTok, thank you. YouTube, thank you very much, although you didn't comment very much. Thank you to all of you guys. We've been Chris and Lee. We'll see you later.
If you want my autograph, just get a home loan. I'll sign the loan docs. Bye.